So we are at the ResPack conference, and I'm delighted to be with an old friend, Ranesh Bajaj. He's boss of Vinsak Group. He's also someone who every time when he comes to Mumbai, I threaten to give him a cutting chai, which I think for the last 3 decades I've managed not to. So hopefully
Still get
today,
away with
yeah,
it.
yeah. So we'll start off with ResPack. I know there is lots and lots of other conversations we are going to have. We are obviously at the heart of this thing called sustainability, recycling, circular economy, whatever tag one wants to give. And you are obviously, as someone who's, helming operations at Vinsak Group, Europe, little bit of Middle East, of course, roots in India. And you're getting a sense, which is a macro perspective. So just curious to know from you, Interpack, of course, in a very big way, what is the sort of sense? Because we do hear a lot of conversations in, conferences like this, and how much of it is tangibly getting trickled down into the industry, and what are the implementable points which you have been noticing over the last maybe few months?
So, Ramu, always good to see you. First of
Likewise.
all,
Yes,
thanks
yes.
for having me on your podcast.
G.
ResPack, first time I'm attending.
Okay.
I didn't expect it, but in the morning session was really good.
True.
The opening session, the comments that I got from the
Dr. Shivaraman, yeah.
out
Yeah.
of the world. I
Yeah.
went up and talked to
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
Some things that he was saying make a lot of sense.
Correct.
Dr. Sharma, of course,
Yes.
obviously, is always talks a lot of sense. So what needs to come out is one, sustainability is no longer good to have. It is a must have, which everybody is saying.
Sure.
All of us, if we need to survive in this industry, we need to put our heads together and pitch in on every nook and corner, every step that we can do. Whether it's the government, you see the government also talking openly.
Correct.
Please come and help. They were
Yeah.
openly saying, come and shout at us, but
Yes.
please also give us data.
Yes.
And there is the industry, the converters, the brands. For everybody, it's a must have. And it has to grow.
Yes.
For us at the Vinsak Group, we are doing 3-4 big things on sustainability.
Nice.
On the equipment side, we've been doing some equipment. We have some NDAs, but I can tell you that we have
Sure.
done some equipment for one of the large manufacturing companies for sorting.
Okay.
So with AI-based cameras to be able to sort them. So that's happening.
Sure.
On Fasciculars, which is another group company of ours.
We'll come to that. Yeah.
Sure. So there we are also issuing QR codes for sustainability.
Got it.
For recycling, for sustainability, for brands, not only in India, also in the Middle East, Turkey, we have customers all over where we are issuing QR codes to have a closed loop, but brand-wise.
Nice.
So if Coke wants to, or say Tetra Pak or Coke or Asepto, they want to track that, okay, I sent out 1 million bottles of, real juice.
Sure.
How many did I come back?
Yeah.
And then that is tangible data that you can give to the government authorities to claim back your EPR or your responsibility or whatever.
Sure.
On my part, because I have access to other markets, I was at a breakfast in Interpack the other day.
Right.
Also, they have a similar forum called PPDW or something. Maybe I'm not saying correctly. But I now have a team working in Dubai to now study the European standards, the Middle East standards. I'm on the board of one of the Middle East things to suggest to them,
Sure.
and the Indian standards, come out with commonalities and differences, and to come out. Because, as you see, companies are also becoming global.
Sure.
So UFlex cannot, for example, adopt a different technology for India and another for Europe or whatever. They
Correct.
might as well have something which is homogeneous.
Yeah.
And this will slowly become global. It's like an HSN code for import-export.
Sure,
I'm
sure.
sure you're going to have a HSN number for
Yeah, yeah.
recyclability very soon.
Right.
So
Understood.
That's the way forward.
Yeah. So again, just two. Sorry.
So
Carry
go
on.
on.
Yeah.
No, it's fine.
No. So two things I want to know: is it possible to standardize data collection? Because I think one of the interesting things I think Dr. Shivaraman was alluding to is just we are working with zero data, and the second is of course to have some kind of systematic analysis of that data, because otherwise we have
So Europe has made it mandatory.
mandatory. Correct.
So every brand owner has to provide the PET bottle has what
Correct.
polymers
And that
or what
data
this
sheet
thing.
is there. Yeah.
So I think India will have to make it. So that's
Right.
what I was saying. Bring out the differences.
Sure.
How easy. Some brands feel threatened that this could actually make them lose their competitive advantage
Right.
because of having that. So they need to fight against that.
Sure.
But then in today's world, it's either collaborate or sink. It's
Yeah.
no longer. You cannot be you have
Right.
to be competitive in other ways, but not
Correct.
in hiding or
Sure,
data.
sure.
So I think that's going to become
Right.
normal.
Again, what is the conversation you're having internally in your team? And I mean, do you also have experts in sustainability? Because now that is something we are seeing.
So,
Yeah.
so in my team, there are 3 things. We are trying to get data from these multiple geographies that we work in.
Correct.
Then put a comparison chart and
Sure.
see what are the differences, similarities and differences between the two
Yep.
to come out with some kind of a homogeneous, which we can then forward to our customers globally and say, look, while you're preparing for this, be prepared that if you're going to approach this market in a year or now, it's actually going to be relevant to look at the whole picture and
Sure.
not just look at. So that's a help that we are providing.
Sure.
We have expertise within our team, but we have also a group of good friends in UAE, in Spain,
Advisors, consultants, and
like-minded people
Sure.
who want the good of the industry.
Yeah.
That's why I was talking to Dr. Sivaraman
Of course,
and maybe make them into such a group. And we need to more and more get into global groups.
Correct.
And not national groups.
True.
That's
Again, just to understand, what kind of conversations would you be having internally? I'm not like trying to nose into, but if I was a fly on the wall in one of your internal meetings, I mean, are you all sort of discussing moleculars, weights, molecular structure? Are you all discussing resins? Are you all discussing surfactants like inks, pigments?
So for us, we are more talking about ways of recycling, chemical versus mechanical.
Understood.
More on that.
Right.
Getting the right chemistry.
Sure.
And how to get the recyclability proven.
Sure.
Are you aware of a term called greenwashing?
Yes.
Okay. Nobody speaks here, but in Europe and the Middle East, we openly and every discussion begins how to stop greenwashing.
Correct.
Dr. Sivaraman clearly said that there's going to be a cost for a recycled product over, right?
Correct.
So if today a virgin polymer costs 100 and a recycle costs 130,
correct,
and I am a rogue operator, all I do is I buy virgin material at 100,
correct, and pass it
sell
off.
you to at 130, I make more money than any manufacturer in the world.
Correct.
Right? So how do we prove that?
Yes.
So he and I had a very interesting discussion on, he's saying the resin manufacturer should embed a tagant or some chemistry, but then I also pushed it back. I said, but that tagant that he introduces but should also get destroyed during the recycling, no?
True.
If I add something in the virgin, which proves it's a virgin material, and when it goes
back,
recycle, the tagant should break down or should recycle, should not appear back again in my chemistry.
Got it.
So that's, I think I'm going to catch up with him offline.
Right.
And that could be an interesting conversation.
Would that be the kind of thing the team at Fasciculus will be able to do?
That's our interest.
Right. So, curious to know, would this be the sort of thing where the team at Fasciculus would be, this would be a challenge that they would probably take up? So,
sure.
Yeah.
Because in Fasciculus, we engage more with brands. So
correct.
That's where we want to engage with brands, work on solutions.
Yeah.
So traceability, he said traceability is one. So with the QR code, you already traceability.
Correct.
Whether we can add chemical traceability to that is the next
possibly,
step.
So anyway, which nicely dovetails. So what is Fasciculus? I just learned from you that it's a Greek word.
Fasciculus is the Greek word for packaging.
Okay.
It's a company we floated about 6 years ago.
I see.
Yeah. Earlier was a partnership with a group of friends.
Okay.
But now it's 100% owned by the Vinsak Group.
Okay.
Here we thought, like we said, we are as equipment sellers, we engage more with converters only.
Correct.
Sometimes the message doesn't reach the brands. It gets lost in translation.
Right.
So Fasciculus, we thought we'd create an independent entity where we talk more to brands.
Sure.
To create awareness. In the end, actually is helping our converters because whatever demand we create, whether it's for putting a QR code or for a new material or whatever, it's fulfilled by one of the converters.
Got it.
Right? So it's just trying to help our customers create a better market.
And how the conversations in that space? Because again, different hat altogether, right?
Yes, but it's not that different, trust me.
Sure.
The whole ecosystem now is trying to blend more and more. You see the brand owner, the converter and the OEM manufacturer all sitting together on tables to say, because you have to collaborate, like I said. To grow, you have to collaborate.
Sure.
And the competition is not internal. The competition is global. If we as India can create a good ecosystem and then go sell globally. I don't know whether 5 years ago, before I bought Rotatech, I was at a conference in Pune.
Right.
And I still tell all the printers, if you can run a printing press in Pune, you can run one in Pittsburgh as well.
Right.
And I'm sure you can run it more efficiently in Pittsburgh.
Right.
That's rather than fight. So, the geographical boundaries are what we create in our mind.
Right.
Systems have not created it. You are free to. And I'm trying to live the talk.
Correct.
And then
practice what you preach.
Exactly.
Good,
That's the correct word.
Yeah. So again, just a couple of things. We were, ASPA, and I think you're a
Yeah,
member there, and they
I'm
came
on
out with that report, which was scary,
Crystal
the
report.
CRISIL, where they've collaborated.
Yeah.
So three things I think that emerge. One is just the data, and across multiple industries, and the stats, and the everything that they've furnished, and of course the conversation. So it's a big mountain to climb, and you also begin to realize that we are just at the tip of the iceberg, literally, in terms of solving the solution. So, finding a solution. So that was one. Secondly, of course, whatever has been happening in the past few weeks, I have, nephews and nieces who've been giving exams, and this whole NEET, and you begin to realize this, that this overemphasis on technology, which has obviously been detrimental, and the good old classical way of ink on paper probably might be the way to go to. And obviously there's a big mismatch in concept and then what the implementation, and corruption is there in the system. And third is this image that India has, and we need to obviously counter that we would rather go to a Vietnam, or we would rather go to maybe Indonesia for business. So these three things. So one is the problem solving, how quickly can we turn this around based on the CRISIL ASPA report. Second is, of course, how deep rooted this thing is across, and it's everybody seems to be having a hand in glove in this. And the third is, how do we in a way allay this image. You've successfully managed to do it with Vinsak, the brand, etc. But how does brand India come to that level?
Three questions, long ones.
Yeah.
ASPA, very close to ASPA. I'm on
Right.
the governing board
Yes,
as
yes,
well
yes.
for the last 2 years.
Yeah.
In fact, I've been pushing ASPA to go global, even the association.
Nice.
I'm the chairman of the Middle East chapter. We've done a couple of events there,
Okay.
trying to get members from Middle East and Africa to join
Sure.
ASPA.
Yeah.
So to grow the market
Yeah.
for everybody. So that's happening.
Yeah.
Another good ASPA is an excellent example of collaborative industry work.
True.
Right? They're all competitors. All the printers there are actually competing every day for the same job.
Correct.
But they get together in the afternoon and find common technologies, common errors, or whatever, and they're doing quite well. So I think that's a model across industries we should
So
replicate.
just to pause you, you'll be replicating this as a kind of Middle East chapter as
Yeah,
well.
yeah,
Okay,
chapter
nice.
of ASPA itself, and the
Nice,
same name,
nice,
Middle
nice.
East and Africa.
Good.
In fact, we've already done a couple of events.
Nice.
We had a lot of inquiries now because the war, it's a little slowed down.
Of course, yeah.
But I hope that soon it picks
Yeah,
up
but
again.
this will also be data mapping.
Yeah, sure.
Nice.
Yeah. Data
nice.
mapping, sharing information.
Got it.
Sharing, they still have these registries, sharing technologies.
Yep.
And, in India, of course, ASPA registration is mandatory for
Yep.
tenders, which is
Correct.
important.
Yep.
So maybe for global tenders also we can
Nice.
create
Yeah,
something like
clever,
that.
clever.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
the idea. And so that's the ASPA part of it.
Yeah.
The CRISIL report, Ramu, understand something. That report is still understated, I'm telling
Yeah,
you.
true.
The amount of counterfeiting is more rampant.
Yeah.
Now, there are always three players in a counterfeit issue.
Okay.
Always somebody in the supply chain has to be involved.
Yeah, some
And
insider.
because
Yeah.
of, the higher the delta between the cost of manufacturing to the cost of selling. You buy a Louis Vuitton bag which costs 100 rupees to make and you sell it for 10,000 rupees. Huge space, right?
Yeah.
So anything which adds too much of marketing value is bound to be counterfeited.
Sure.
Now the problem is two things. One, the brands need to accept that yes, my product is being counterfeited. A lot of brands still want to live in denial. mode.
Yeah. True.
So that somewhere this challenge was higher 10 years ago. It's reducing, but not at the pace that you and I like should be.
Sure.
One. Number two, remember there always is the consumer. I cannot afford a genuine Louis Vuitton bag. I will buy a fake bag.
Correct.
That you cannot avoid, right?
Yeah.
But I can understand about luxury products.
Yeah.
It hurts when it's a medicine, it's a food,
Yeah.
it's a masala that I read about. So I'm not sure if I go to a restaurant, the lal mirch that he's putting in the food is right
authentic,
or wrong.
yeah.
So all of that is carcinogenic or not.
True.
The other day, live example, I was driving on a road in Gujarat and I saw some very nice yellow mangoes. And I asked my customer, buy me some mangoes. He said, Ranesh, never buy yellow mangoes. These guys spray carb to turn the color.
Yes.
Buy them green, take them with you, ripe them at
Let
home
them
in
ripe,
6
yeah,
days.
yeah.
That's safer. So there it's there. And our intention also is a little we are fighting the government. Because the government also, it thinks, it pushes us back by saying by bringing out such data, you are reducing brand India, what you say. You're demeaning brand India. We tell them, okay, tighten your laws, give us more, which they are doing also. I'm not denying the fact.
Right.
But they also have to somewhere be stricter.
Yes.
Counterfeiting is still not so criminal. People can get away. You shut down one unit in a street or a small gully in
Correct.
Delhi. Week later, the same guy begins downstreet in the
Reappears.
next.
Yeah, yeah,
Reappears.
yeah.
So the government there needs to be more government effort, more stricter compliance.
Yeah, yeah. That's true. So, I mean, at Fasciculus, you're obviously, attempting to find some technology solutions to these
We've
problems.
already done.
Yeah.
We are the first ones to launch 3 things. We
Right.
launched a non-clonable code
Yeah.
with a French partner.
Nice.
We have now indigenized it.
Okay.
We have built an Indian version of
Okay.
it.
So, just to understand, where does this team sit and what's the think tank for Fasciculus?
So Delhi and Bombay.
Okay.
Delhi,
All right.
Gurgaon,
Yeah,
and Bombay.
yeah.
We work with some leading brands. Don't want to disclose the name.
Fair
But
enough, yeah.
We also in some track and trace for the farm products.
Yeah.
Also, we are working strongly.
Sure.
We work with leading industrial product brands to give them anti-counterfeiting solutions. We also work with converters. So at Fasciculus, initially, we had two schools of thought.
Right.
A converter does not want to develop his own software or whatever. So we
yeah.
can give him a white label product where you go and say, okay, here is everything from us white label, put your own label. We can be your technology arm and we go together to sell.
Got it.
We do it for 3 or 4 of our good clients very well.
Nice.
And but now at some places we also be on the forefront talking to the brand directly.
Got it. Got it.
Yeah.
So
And we have an office we have a team in Bombay also sitting.
which
So
is the
Bombay,
Navi Mumbai.
Navi
Yeah.
Mumbai.
Fair enough. Yeah. So I think there were 3 or 4 things I picked up from whatever little my understanding of Fasciculus is. One is digitization, where you're aggressive, end-to-end authentication, dedicated track and trace, app flow, which was interesting, and blockchain. And I think the 4th thing was this. What is the word? Phygital.
Phygital.
Yeah. So if you can explain what these 5 concepts are. Yeah.
Sure. So, okay, let me start from the last. Phygital is what? If you have a physical product, I have
Right.
a physical cup,
And you integrate.
and I
some-
put a code on top.
Right.
So this is now a phygital solution, which is partly physical.
Yep, yep.
This word I think is now in the dictionary as well.
Correct.
Coined about 3-4 years
Yep,
ago.
yep.
Getting very popular.
Sure.
A lot of our ResPack members use it.
Yep.
They have the perfect phygital solution.
Right.
That's what they say. Number one. On Fasciculus, like I said, we started with the non-clonable codes. That's what we are doing.
Right.
We have something called AVI.
Yeah.
A
Right.
stands for authenticity.
Yeah.
V for visibility, which is supply chain visibility.
Sure.
And I is interactivity with the consumer.
Nice. Nice.
So we are trying. And remember, the other problem is that every solution has to be product specific.
Correct.
If I make a solution for a food company, may not work well for a paint company, may not work well for a telephone company or a mobile phone accessory company.
Sure.
So you could have different. So we go to a brand, create look at the problem solution,
Right.
whether it's tamper evidence that you require, who needs to authenticate.
Yep.
Like a motor spare part, for example.
Sure,
Now
sure.
I cannot tell the mechanic take a UV light and every time you buy
Correct,
a new
correct,
bearing,
correct.
you check with a UV light. You
Impossible,
don't do it.
yeah.
So I have to make something which the mechanic with his dirty hands can still rub and verify
Sure,
whether it's
sure.
genuine or not.
Correct.
Having said all of that,
Yeah.
the counterfeiters make more money than all of us in this room
That's
together.
true. That's true. That's true.
So it's a continuous fight.
Right,
You can
right.
only make it as strong as you can,
Yeah.
a deterrent as good as you can.
Yeah.
But
And this
then-
is what? Basically QR code?
So we have multiple layers. We
Okay.
start from the substrate.
Right.
So we have destructible substrates. Then we come
that's
to the
nice.
printing technology. We make our own security software for putting hidden elements into the designs. Then we have a layer on top of inks.
Right.
Then we have the phygital solution of the QR codes. On top of that, we have the non-clonable codes.
Ah, nice. I should have asked you to get some samples because I think it would have
Sure,
demystified. Anyway,
yeah.
next
I
time.
can
Yeah,
definitely.
next time. Yeah. Or we
And-
just show it on the video or something.
Sure.
Yeah.
And we also we combine all of that. So we have like a bouquet, and then
Correct.
we choose a product and the problem statement of counterfeiting,
yeah.
and then try and build a solution
yeah.
which can match that.
Now, I'm going to sort of share a very personal anecdote, but it's a physical, I mean, like a real-time problem. So I have, like all of us, parents who are ancient, they're in their 80s, and pharma is
Yeah.
something because lots and lots of medicine. Now, I think for them, it's a challenge. So as ethical Indian citizens, they want to always use the right thing, but they're always there's always a doubt.
Yeah.
They're picking up. Now, obviously, as senior citizens, they have certain concerns. So when I explain to them that these solutions are there, etc., 99% of the time they have no access to it. So they are, bypassed from the process. The other
Yeah.
thing I've realized is that most Indian middle class households, by and large,
Yeah.
our, economic
Yeah.
strata, the person who's usually, receiving it is either the housemaid or,
Exactly.
the domestic help or whatever,
Yeah.
who again is not sort of, fixed into this whole value chain or value.
Sure.
Big problem because, obviously there is us doing all this conceptualization and getting the
Yeah.
technology there,
Yeah.
and then you realize massive gap.
Yeah.
And until this, this constituency of the population, gets access to it, yeah,
On medicines, I've been chasing for a long time. That
sure,
every pharmacist, the government should make it mandatory to
mandatory.
put an authentication solution at the pharmacist place.
Yeah,
So while you are buying or somebody is buying,
right.
you should carry it. And second, I tell you, your old people, your family members, your
Right,
parents and
right,
all, you
yeah.
should tell them, always save the invoice. Because if you have, the invoice is what traces it back to the pharmacist.
Sure.
And if you tell the pharmacist, never tell him, I tell my house help over here, go get the medicine, make sure you ask for the invoice. The moment you ask for the invoice, you are making sure he's careful. Then
Yeah.
to sell you a fake medicine,
Yeah, yeah.
it can be traced back to him. If you don't ask for the invoice, it's a simplistic, very simplistic thing.
Yeah.
But the moment you put some data or some, a trail in the system,
Right, you can
you build
track it
certain,
back,
certain
yeah,
you build a certain fear into
Does
the counterfeit.
Blinkit give you?
Normally,
Yeah?
they're supposed to email you
Yeah,
invoices,
okay,
right?
okay.
And they have your history, Tata One,
Okay,
MG, or they're supposed to give you history.
I shall
Right.
work
But-
on this, yeah.
But even if you go to your corner chemist, tell him I
Right.
want an invoice.
Sure, sure.
And tell him to, if you are a little more tough, tell him, I tell him write the batch number on the invoice.
Got it. Wow.
It's printed on every,
Yeah, yeah.
a batch number is printed on every strip of medicine you buy.
Right.
If you ask the pharmacist to give me an invoice and put the batch number, sure, 5 out of 10, he'll go back, change the strip and give you the other.
Nice. Good
Simplistic-
tip. Good
simplistic.
hack. Good hack. Yeah, right.
Simplistic, but keep the pressure on.
Yeah,
no?
yeah. So again, now we'll move, to things which I am much more fond of in the Vinsak Group, which is the manufacturing division.
Yeah.
So first, we'll go to Barcelona later, but
Yeah.
what's happening here in Navi Mumbai and your other factories, and what are you doing there? Because I know you've been super duper busy. Yeah.
So Rabale, we've rebuilt our old
Yeah,
building.
yeah.
We now have 20,000 square feet of space.
Ah,
We should be
nice.
moving by end of June
Yeah.
into this new building.
Yeah. These are for the inkjet solutions.
Inkjets and the slitter rewinders, the label
Right,
finisher.
of course. Yeah.
Slitter rewinders and inkjets.
Right.
We are now selling them globally.
Yep.
I just delivered 2 machines to Algeria,
Nice.
Bosnia, Eastern Europe. We have a show in Brazil going on as we speak.
Right.
We had the same equipment on display, so we opened the Brazilian market for Vinsak products.
Yeah. Yeah.
All that's working well.
Nice.
We acquired another piece of land. We start to build our second factory
In Rabale
in
itself.
Rabale
Yeah.
itself.
Nice. Nice.
Half a kilometer down the street. We'll start to build from next month. So
Yeah.
this capacity, we want to make it 4 times over
Yeah.
the next
So big
1 year.
scale up. Yeah. Yeah. And what is the feedback to all this at Interpack? I mean, what is the buzz?
For us, first time at Interpack.
Correct.
Lots of
Yeah.
of good leads.
Yeah,
Lots
yeah.
of good leads.
Yeah, but typically these three territories, North Africa, a little bit of Latin America. And
Yeah. These are new territories, good,
Yeah.
and they accept Indian equipment. They are
Correct.
happy to pay a 20% premium over the Chinese.
Right.
Language is not a barrier. With also what's happening now as a group now, because we have geographical more
Yeah.
footprint,
Yeah.
I can leverage the same team to service a Rototech press
Yeah,
or a
yeah,
Vinsak
yeah.
equipment or a
Makes
Vinsak
sense, yeah.
inkjet, no? And that builds more confidence in the end consumer.
Yeah.
So that,
yeah.
or in the printer or converter.
Yeah. Yeah.
And as we get better known, we are slightly inching
Yeah,
up the
yeah.
value chain there. That's
And what's the
happening.
big plan? I mean, I always give the example of a Manograph, for example, or a TPH, what they achieved with
Yeah.
single circumference once upon a time. And,
Yeah.
it has always for me been an eye-opener.
Yeah.
That in that time, that age, etc., the kind
People
of,
were
the footprint and outreach. So,
So we as a group plan to continue to work in Spain for our web offset presses.
got it.
We will continue to grow the finishing here. We are
Yes.
not going to merge the two
Divisions, yeah.
never. No
Yeah,
idea. No.
nice, nice.
We want to continue with the brands as well.
Sure.
We acquired a small German company as well recently.
Okay.
Bringing to the group similar division. We'll announce it another next 90 days.
Jagut.
Dankeschön.
Right.
And our next step is also to have a North American subsidiary.
Oh, okay.
Either in the US
Very
or
busy.
Canada.
Yeah.
We need to
Amazing.
finish all of that by 2027.
Got it. Right.
March of 2027.
Yeah.
So
And-
that way we'll have a global footprint
Got it.
and then have a standard bouquet of products manufactured
Sure.
and then,
Yeah.
distributed and
Understood,
serviced
yeah.
globally. That's the
And
whole idea.
we'll come to Barcelona now. So, what's happening there? I know you some key customers, visitors, friends of Ranesh have come there, but also it's been a huge journey for you with Rototech. I mean, it's been, so we won't need to dwell on the past and just look at the present and now. What happens? How does it feel to be boss of something? And for us, of course, it's a matter of pride that hey,
But so it's been a good challenge.
Yeah.
We've turned the company around full. So we're very
Okay,
happy.
okay.
We sold our first press to India. It's on the way
Yeah,
to Mudrika.
yeah,
We did an open house.
Yes.
From the open house, we have 4 new orders to deliver.
Nice.
So we are booked till June of 2027.
But those are India or elsewhere?
Elsewhere,
All over.
elsewhere,
Okay,
all
nice,
over.
nice. Yeah.
Elsewhere.
Yeah.
And we are now, we started when we took over the company, there were 19 people.
Yeah.
We are 41 and rising. We are hiring on 1 or 2 a week.
Yeah, yeah.
We aim to reach about 60, 70 employees there.
And this would be primarily what? Engineers?
So assembly, electronics,
Yeah.
design. Major overall, no, we've upgraded their design. They were using a 15-year-old design software.
Yeah.
We moved to Solid Edge, the latest from Siemens.
Of course, yeah.
We are moving them from an ERP 20 years ago to SAP now. That's number 2. The electronic from Rexroth, we were earlier outsourcing the electronic design and the programming.
Yeah.
All bringing in-house.
Yeah.
That's where becoming, economies of scale of replicating things across the group.
Yeah.
That's happening.
Yeah.
It's a very interesting space to be in.
What's easier to sell, a Vinsak inkjet solution or a Rototech? I mean, both are tough, yeah. Right. Yeah. And
I'm telling you, you know what? A lot of people get confused that it's good salesmanship. It's nothing like that. It's sit in the customer's shoes.
Yeah.
Prove to him that what you sell him makes money.
Yeah.
And he'll buy a 2, 3, 4, 5. Nobody likes my face. They only like the money they make.
It's
Everybody
the PNL,
likes the money.
The PNL that
You have to be able to justify it.
Right.
Sometimes the only thing we have to do is people don't trust you till you. So with a friend, like with Mudrika Manish Desai, he trusted in me with a piece of design to invest 3 million euro with me, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So there, of course, the first thing was to build the trust.
Of course.
But after I've built and shown, the others I don't have to, then they follow. Then now they've seen, they've touched the machine, they've felt it, they've seen the result, they're okay, good to go.
Fair enough, yeah. But India, complex market, no? I mean, it's not so simple that, if
Which
you
is
sell
good
to...
for us,
Yeah, yeah.
The amount of thrashing we get from the Indian customers.
Sure. It makes you think
with an American or a European makes it look like a cakewalk.
Right. Are there mindset differences? I'm just curious to know because we, keep talking international standards, benchmarks, operational efficiency on the factory floor, wastage, all these things.
Indian companies are getting smarter.
Smarter. Right.
So trust me. Okay, maybe I haven't yet accessed the German market so much. But if I go to a Spanish printer's factory and if I go to Mudrika's factory,
no comparison.
No, very similar.
Yeah, nice.
Very similar. Similar equipment, similar ways of working.
Right.
Our guys would be as efficient.
Got it.
Which is why I tell Indian converters, go buy companies outside,
global,
go buy printing companies, you'll make much more money.
I think a few have started doing it.
Yes.
I think
makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. Yeah. So before I let you go, I know you have a presentation in a short while at the conference, but you're obviously, as you mentioned, plans ahead. A foot in sort of almost every continent now. Number one, and number two is obviously a perspective because you're in India, but also from the outside. And this is a question I think that keeps getting discussed. All this volatility, whatever we are seeing with the Indian market, the gradualism, the rupee, all these concerns are there. So if there's any sort of take you have for our industry in terms of a perspective that 1 or 2 things we should be attentive to, any trade agreements, stuff like
volatility, Ramu will stay, no?
Yeah.
For me, if you talk to me,
right.
I have volatility in India because of customers.
Correct.
I have the Middle East mess now
Right.
with the war.
Right.
So I'm sure we'll have to write down 20% of our turnover in the UAE and Saudi.
Yeah.
Because for sure, no printer is going to buy capital equipment
Correct.
those markets for the next 12 to 24 months.
Yeah.
Business has gone for a toss.
Sure.
So, and then the tariffs, you don't know how it was.
Yeah, true.
On one side, it gives us trouble. But trust me, it also gives us a lot of opportunity.
Okay.
For example, I have differential tariffs in the US. So, India has 25% and UAE has 10%.
Yeah.
So, I can sell to the US via the UAE and still, get around. So, there's benefits. So, which is why I'm telling you, going global, I learn from geographies.
Correct.
I learn from markets and then replicate it.
Yeah.
You won't believe that 25 years ago, that's the strategy that the family sat down with.
Right.
We were like selling equipment for one kind. I started selling equipment for printing checks.
That's
then
true.
I sold to every check printer in the country.
Yeah.
Then I thought there are 2 options. Either I grow my product portfolio or I go geographically.
Sure.
And trust me, geographically is easier.
Hmm.
Technically, to learn a new product, we try
Takes
to make
time.
for scratch cards,
Yes.
So in India, there were 3 scratch card printers. All 3 bought equipment from us. Ab
Yeah.
kisko bechoge?
Correct.
Versus then I took the same equipment and I went to 20 countries around the world and sold the same thing. There were cultural issues.
Of course.
There were support issues. But there were much lower or much lesser compared to the technical issues.
Got it. Got it.
Today, to get a machine, this IML solution that I built for Manish,
Yeah.
18 months to build it, right?
True. True.
So now one option is, okay, like you said, in India, there are 5 IML printers, I can sell to 5.
Correct.
The other is I have 50 globally.
Yeah.
In Turkey alone, there are 60 printers. So my
Yeah.
next, you'll find me camping in Turkey.
Nice.
There are 60 Heidelberg presses printing IML day in and day out.
Yes. Yeah.
So I need to make sure I put a masthead there
Yeah.
and then push around. No?
Will the market grow for IML here? I mean,
Yeah, sure.
shrink
in
sleeves,
India. Yeah.
self-adhesive
No,
replacement.
IML, my friend, keep watching.
Yeah.
This will grow like crazy.
Yeah.
Vikas Khanna, Ajanta is speaking now.
Yeah. Ajanta. Yeah.
Yeah. This market,
Yeah.
you'll be surprised. Another anecdote. 2 days ago, I was in Gurgaon.
Okay.
So I went to a hairdresser shop, right? So I get my hair colored. I'm old now.
Yeah.
So khali baitha tha. He said, "Do you want a pedicure?" I said, "Kar do." The guy says, "I'll get you a ice cream pedicure." मैंने कहा ये क्या है? मैंने बोला कर दो. You won't believe that pedicure kit came in an IML container. Something which came in a cardboard box.
Yeah.
Today, I don't know, whoever buys mithai,
Yeah.
every mithai you
Is
buy
like-
is in an IML container.
I think paints has also shifted in a big way.
90%.
Yeah.
Lubricants,
Lubricants,
paints,
yeah.
a lot of it. So it's,
Yeah. I think
it's more
edible
sustainable.
oils also there. Yeah.
More
Nice.
sustainable.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's not, so remember, IML is not only for injection molding.
Correct.
In Dubai, the blow molded lubricants, even the 5-liter cans, moved to a blow mold IML.
Yeah.
The next frontier is thermoformed IML. The small yogurt boxes,
Yes.
thermoformed together,
Right.
will also move to IML.
Yeah. But then how do you get the shapes and everything?
So what you do is you put a clear piece of plastic,
Sure.
you put a printed sheet, and you thermoform them together. Period.
Yeah. But you get the contours and
Yeah,
everything.
yeah, everything.
Okay. Anyway, I'll have to see
That's,
a
yeah,
sample.
no, that's the next.
Nice. Nice.
IML is the space to watch.
Nice. And what else is? Come on, give
Connected
us a
packaging is good.
connected
Everybody's talking about
packaging,
connected
yeah,
packaging,
yeah.
traceability.
But that a lot of it, Indian printers, converters, packaging guys have
Still
been
not
doing.
so many.
Not so many? Okay, yeah.
If you ask how many of them have digital equipment doing QR codes, you will be limited.
Yeah, single digit, yeah. That's
Whereas
true.
it's growing faster.
Yeah, yeah.
And it very little incremental capital cost,
Yeah,
but also connects your brand better, no?
correct,
You're
correct.
suddenly not just selling a product, you're also selling data, you're
A
well
smart
connected.
solution, yeah. Got it. All right. What next for Ranesh? Where are you going? Where are you
I'm
talking? Yeah.
I'm
I
back for
see you
the-
everywhere. Flexo Summit, this. I mean, you meant.
I'm back for the elite now. I'm going to sponsor.
Yeah, of course,
elite,
yes.
elite
Yeah,
is
yeah,
good.
yeah. That's we call it the
Yeah.
Kumbh Mela of flexible
Yes,
packaging. Yeah,
yeah,
that's
I'm back
massive.
for the
yeah,
elite,
yeah.
and of
What
course,
will you present there? But
DRS.
DRS, nice, okay.
Talk about the deposit. So it's about traceability on the return schemes.
Correct, correct.
Goa has come out with some. We're doing some work there, but I think it's that, like you said, you need to incentivize the consumer, get the system, the ecosystem right.
Yeah, yeah.
As long as I understand, a lot of people say there is noise, but as we continue to make noise, there will be change.
Correct, correct.
And change always snowballs. शुरू में ज़्यादा मेहनत लगती है.
Correct,
Once
correct.
it gets to a certain
Threshold,
threshold,
yeah.
then that's the
Yeah,
time it will
yeah.
snowball better. But
Good.
we have to keep pushing.
ठीक है. So happy snowballing.
Thank you so much.
So that's
Pleasure talking
Ranesh,
to you.
Ranesh Bajaj. He's the big boss at Vinsak Group. And always a pleasure to talk to him. We always have a competition who laughs louder. So I think I do. Anyway, thank you so much, Ranesh. Yeah,
Thanks,
thank you.
Ramu.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
And before we let you go, I just want to present this.
Hi,
This
God.
is the what packaging, rebranded, repackaged.
Very nice. I just
Yeah.
looked through it in the morning. Abe gave me a copy.
Yeah. So,
Very,
and
very
the nice thing
Thank
is, with the honorable exception of everybody else in the team is under 30. So,
Oh,
so
good.
we're trying to make packaging a little more pop culture.
I
I will hope we
understand. No,
succeed.
but-
Anyway, yeah.
No,
Thank
but
you.
that's a
Thank
good
you.